All right, so either you are here to watch me spool a fishing line or clean out a drain in your tub. But in fact, this is the old line that I just pulled off my fishing out of my fishing reel. This is not what you might clean out of the drain after a long winter here in Vermont, and some people have been shaving their legs. Anyway, so this here came off the reel. That's gone. To do this, essentially, what I'm going to need is some. We went down to Lead and Tackle here on Broad Street and picked up some stuff. I got myself some fishing line here. Simply what every tackle box needs and toolbox is a pair of toenail clippers. Make sure whether you're going to work or fishing, you got yourself some toenail clippers. And I got some scissors here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. These are not essential, but I think it's going to make this go easier. So, seems like there's had to be one other thing. What else would I need? Fishing rod. So, what I got is just this little older model fishing rod I've had for many years. It's just something that picked up many years ago. So, essentially what I'm going to do is there is a little white sticker that comes on this thing. I'm going to keep that sticker, and I'm just going to pull that sticker off and just kind of plunk it right there on that. And then what you want to do is find your end of this, and remember, the fishing line has somewhat of a memory, depending on the brand you get and the better quality you get. If it's a real inexpensive fishing line, the more memory it's going to have. And so when you pull this off, what I'm going to suggest is keep your label up. And just because it's the way it's spooled on here and the way it spools on your reel, it's going to keep your memory in the same direction, whatever memory you have in the line. And then you simply, from there, just going to pop your bail open here. And what I'm going to do is simply an overhand knot. It turns into somewhat of a square knot or a granny knot, depending on which way you go. But a square knot, in fact, is not important, but it'd be right over left, left over right. How do you make an appropriate square knot? But a granny double overhand knot will work. I'm just going to snug that up. I'm going to take my toenail clippers here, and I'll keep my shoes on for your benefit, and I'm just going to use this instead of clipping my toenails. I'm just going to cut my line with that. Then I'm going to take this little piece of tape that came with it and simply just going to take a little bit of that here. And I'm going to stick that right over my knot here. And what that does is it simply holds that knot. If you've ever tried to keep something like that in one spot, it's a little tough. The tape will in fact keep that in one spot. Then from there, it's really not too hard. We're going to take the fishing line. I'm going to drop my bail back over. I'm going to hold the line up here fairly tight. And then I'm just going to kind of spool this bad boy in. And so just what I'm do is kind of spool this at a speed which is comfortable for your fingers, because it will burn your fingers if you're not careful. So then you're just going to kind of keep spooling this at again a comfortable speed. So the reason I'm doing this today is I really want to go fishing. It is literally snowing out of my window right now. I'm watching it snow, and I had full intentions of going down to the Passumpsic River this afternoon and see what I could catch. The Passumpsic, they actually stock that with trophies. So they up to like 20-inch browns or 20-inch rainbows you will catch out of that river somewhere down below the Moose River, and where it intersects with the Passumpsic, and then down south they stock that. So it is fun to catch those bad boys. So anyways, and then the other reason I was doing this today is I have to admit, This is an old pole, and I was the other day when I was fishing, I did that video. I was catching some rainbows, and this was just a pole I found that day, and I don't even know the last time I strung it. It's just an old. This isn't one of the. This isn't the greatest of poles. It's a good little pole. It's fine. It's but I went to cast, and I broke my fishing line with the lure I had on, and well, that's no bueno. So, anyways, here I am. Because it's snowing, and I really can't go fishing right now. I figured I might as well put some new line on the pole, on the reel here, so that the next time I go fishing, I don't lose another lure because of my. Must have been very old. I don't know. Who knows when I put that on there? I mean, I literally found the pole the other day in one of my truck caps. I was moving my old truck cap around that's been sitting for years, and in there I found this fishing rod. Because I used to just kind of tuck it up in the exoskeleton of the cap, and well, I haven't used that cap in probably about 10 years or so. So, yeah. So that was some old fishing line there. But I just wanted to see if the pole worked the other day. I had it in my truck, so I used it, and the pole and the reel and everything worked fine. But I caught some rainbow trout with it too, so nothing wrong with all that. Fortunately, it wasn't anything too big, or they might have in fact broken the fishing line. I would have lost the fish and the lure. But instead, while casting, ended up losing the lure out in the water as the line snapped and broke, which I'm not sure if I've ever seen that happen before. That is some really, really old, terrible fishing line. You break it while casting just a regular, spoon lure. So anyways, I'm going to reel this up and get this on here. Essentially, that is all there really is. The only other thing you might want to know and consider is how much fishing line to put on. So your pole will certainly cast better the more fishing line you put on your reel. But you don't want to go out past the edge of your top plate of your, you've got your top plate here. And you want to get your fishing line pretty well, so it's maybe a 1/16 of an inch in there, maybe an 1/8. So I like where I'm at right there. As you can see, I think I got plenty of fishing line on there. I'm not sure. I think that'll cast nice. And then from there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and string this up through the rod and get a different lure on there. And I really want to go fishing, but it's snowing. So sorry this video took so long. I hope you guys liked it. Please hit subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know what your secrets are. Have a good one.